Alright, man, I just switched it on. It'll be on part 2. The reaction's already stopped right here, so I'm gonna have to re-react it anyway, so I'm gonna have to get some more.
More intelligent of the two brothers. I don't think you're an idiot. Why are you treating me like one? I'm not treating you like an idiot. I'm trying to stay out of prison. I don't know what you're doing.
However the decision was reached between the two brothers, it would become a reality on August 20th, 1989.
On the day of the murders, the Menendez brothers were living a life that teens across the country would love to have. There was tennis, there was watching TV, there was going shopping at an upscale mall, and then they were going out to the movies.
Eric and Lyle Menendez left the house about 8 o'clock, told their parents that they were going to see a movie nearby. And they never went to the movie. They had 2 shotguns in the back of Eric's car, and they loaded those shotguns.
Jose and Kitty had fallen asleep watching television.
And they snuck in.
Maybe we should start seeing a reaction.
Began firing shotguns at their parents.
I've been taking my shit all apart today, man. It's been a motherfucker. I've been working on my. No, you don't want none of that. I've been working on my extractions this whole fucking time. On my pump. Yeah, this fucking little motherfucker to get taken apart. Oh god. And then finally figured out what it was. And it was hard because it was just one little gear was stripped out. I don't know how it got stripped out. But that was every time I spun around to that one part of the gear. Every time I came to that one part of the gear, it would stop, so it wasn't pumping. So I wasn't getting. That's why my last batch looked like shit. I couldn't figure out what the fucking problem was, because all the hours I had sitting in there, it wasn't fucking doing nothing. And the whole time I thought it did, because the timer said it did, but the pump wasn't pumping. So, and this fucking guy here, I went and bought a case of this. Fucking guy ripped me off. There was 3 fucking cans missing out of the case. Motherfucking Iranians. Fucking stores, I tell you, or a motherfucker or something else. 3 fucking cans out of there. Should be 12 cans in the case.
Beverly Hills police responded immediately after Lyle's 911 call.
One of these units here, just for this unit right here, would take 2. Hey, look at see how the reaction is done. It shouldn't be done.
They are confronted with horror.
But it's got a lot of product in there. But I want to heat it up just a little bit more.
Soaked in blood and slumped over on the sofa.
See if I can get it to go down at all. Cause that's kind of like even getting a purge too, you know.
47-year-old
yeah, if you can
has been shot.
heat it up and get the bubbles popping, they're purging at the same time. You're extracting, you're also purging.
It was shocking. They shot both parents near the knees, and my theory was always that was done to look like a kneecapping, which would help with the organized crime excuse.
No, I get no reaction right now, which I think I'm
outwardly distraught and inconsolable to the point where detectives break protocol.
The detectives treated them like grieving children rather than suspects.
So it's so thick. You can't even pop the bubble. Look. Check it out. Look at it.
If LAPD had shown up, it would have been a far different thing.
An interesting fact is that the police did test the hands of Jose and Kitty Menendez for gunpowder residue, and they found none. And they did not test Eric and Lyle.
You can walk a bubble and keep walking, and then you can grab. Oh, you can walk them together, and then you can get a whole bunch of gas in one area. By hand. All you gotta do is just keep moving the bubble. You move the bubble down to another area, and it'll pick up all the rest of those bubbles. And you just keep doing that right now. And what you're doing is you're releasing all that gas that's in there right now.
Just 20 minutes into the interview.
Since my purger's all fucked up, and it won't be ready until tomorrow, I'll purge this tomorrow.
we're going to be friends. We're going to help you
So,
for this.
I want to go ahead and release as much gas as I can right now.
The cops let them go home, which allowed them to figure out their story a little bit more.
Meanwhile, news of murder in Beverly Hills travels fast.
When the story broke that Jose Menendez, his wife, had
Really, this is what you want to do.
massacred in their
You want to release all the gas.
It was huge.
And then if you run the bubbles together, you can, as you run it, moving the bubble, you can, as you're running the bubble, it will pick up, it'll keep picking bubbles up as you're going. It'll pick bubbles up. It'll pick gas pockets up. So just keep moving the bubble. It'll grab pockets, and then just keep doing that, and you're popping all the gas. You're releasing all the gas that's trapped. Takes a little bit of time, but you know you don't have your
police weren't saying much.
you don't have your percolator. Then that's what you got to do.
Days after the murders, a memorial and funeral service.
I'll have it tomorrow, but I don't want it to sit in. I don't want all that gas to be sitting in there all fucking night. I don't want it to get in the refrigerator and stabilize with that gas all inside of it. So that's why I'm doing this right now.
Of the fact that his father had always wanted him to be the next Jose.
Because what will happen is I'll get rid of like 80% of that fucking gas.
I respected my father, and I adored my mother.
Lyles speaks for 30 long minutes on his admiration for his parents. Eric, however, remains silent.
It's interesting that Eric decided not to speak because he was the one with the acting background. For whatever reason, he decided not to.
But Eric and Lyle's apparent grief is short-lived.
Eric and Lyle Menendez, within a few weeks, received an insurance payout, and they went on a spending spree.
Whatever you do, don't smoke around it. You know what I mean? Whatever you do, don't do that.
This is a portion of the speedster release thing.
Hey, what's up, Tony? What's up, my brother? I ain't seen you for a while, dog. How's it going, man? I missed you, brother. I missed you, man. I've been thinking about you today, man. You've been on my mind today. You've been on my mind today. What's up with that? I've been thinking about you today, brother. Yeah, I've been thinking about you today. I've been really busy today, too, man, you know. I've been really busy today trying to get this shit fucking done. Because, you know, man, I just can't have any of my things not working, you know. It just chaps my eye. Until I get it back on track, I will be a neurotic with my OCD, you know. Yeah, I'll be like that until I get it where it needs to be, you know, back to normal. Okay, looks like I got it.
Where Eric, his guilt was so severe, he had to admit.
Now I gotta find me some fucking paper to put it on.
The Menendez brothers have seemingly gotten away with murder. But will a guilty conscience be their undoing?
Maybe it was just too big of a secret for Eric to keep.
Life's the food that brings us together, and kitchens where every meal is the most important of the day.
I'm ordering a pizza online, but I can't remember my password. Oh wait, the password hint is my cat's name.
Let's go to Little Caesars. There's no complicated website, passwords to remember, or credit cards to type in.
Chicken foot, Monty, duct tape, fluff bottom.
Little Caesars new box set. 4 large slices of deep dish pepperoni pizza and 10 pieces of delicious Italian cheeseburger with crazy sauce for just $9. Only at Little Caesars.
And when you bundle your home and office,
Kind of a waxy kind of a paper, man, you know?
Jay,
Right.
make a bad bundle joke. I bought those in the jar.
I guess that's just how the cookie bundles. Now you're gonna have 2 bundles of joy. I'm not pregnant. I'm gonna go.
There you go.
Bundle be coming.
It was worth it.
Saving you a bundle when you bundle. Now that's progressive. Everyone needs a BFF. Even your smile. Colgate Optic White toothpaste goes beyond surface stains to whiten over 3 shades. In fact, it whitens more than the leading express whitening strip. It's your smile BFF. Whiten more just by brushing.
Hi, I'm Steve Helling from Murder Made Me Famous. Saturdays on Reels. On a killer movie you can watch at home, Reels recommends Run All Night.
Listen to your father for one night.
Liam Neeson is a hitman who faces a choice between his crime family and his real family. Watch Run All Night at home on Hulu. And catch me on Murder Made Me Famous. Saturdays on Reels.
Infallible Chromac Foundation and L'Oreal. The Pro Look in long wear, matte without the flat for up to 24 hours. Resist sweat, heat, humidity. Matte without the flat. Infallible Chromac Foundation and L'Oreal Make Designer Paris.
Men over 40, have you tried the GNC award-winning innovation designed to invigorate your body and increase your libido? If you're experiencing less drive, general sluggishness, and decreased performance, you need Nugenics. Nugenics is a powerful man-boosting innovation. For 2013, it won GNC's Innovative Product of the Year and was also named GNC's #1 selling men's vitality product. For a limited time, enjoy a complimentary bottle by going to trynugenics.com and entering this promo code. Nugenics uses clinically researched testament, the patented key ingredient to boosting your free testosterone levels. Enjoy more passion, stronger libido, improved performance. Be more the man you want to be in the gym and in the bedroom. Tired of your body not performing like you'd like it to? Feel like the best man you can be with award-winning Nugenics. Nugenics samples are not available in stores. You can only get your complimentary bottle by going to trynugenics.com and entering the promo code below. trynugenics.com.
Why do so many people choose Aleve? It's the brand more doctors recommend for minor arthritis pain. Plus, just 2 Aleve can last all day. You need 6 Tylenol arthritis to do that. Aleve, all day strong.
Love doesn't hurt.
The relationship was a recipe for disaster.
It kills. Up inside, the ultimate crimes of passion.
Nobody should die for love.
A full night of snack tomorrow starts at 6 Eastern, 3 Pacific on Reels.
This program contains graphic violence and sexual situations. Viewer discretion is advised. Beverly Hills, California, 1989. Media mogul Jose Menendez and his wife Kitty, victims of a savage shotgun slaying, are found by their 2 sons, Lyle and Eric.
There were oddities about it. I mean, just the fact that it was on Elm Drive, which had been the name of a horror movie, and the fact that in Beverly Hills people don't get killed.
The investigation into the grisly crime heats up, and investigators are taking note of Lyle and Eric's lavish spending habits.
Lyle in particular started spending money like crazy, and it was not good.
Within several months, we knew they had done it, and it was not an organized crime yet.
The police were focused on Eric and Lyle Menendez as the primary suspects in the murder of the parents.
Reporter Robert Rand is asked to write a story about the life of Jose Menendez for the Miami Herald.
As part of my research for the Miami Herald, I came to Los Angeles in early October of 1989, and I spent
What's up, buddy?
days talking to
What's up, buddy? What's up, buddy? He's a buddy, buddy. What's up, buddy? Here, just in a little while. After I get a little situated here and get my shit all cleaned up and situated here, I'll meet you right back over there in our spot right there, and I'll get back and hook up with you, and I'll go ahead and see how I can, how close I can come to knocking myself out.
There was no suspicion of them publicly at the time I met with them, and there was absolutely no reason for me to be suspicious that he was not being genuine with me.
But on October 31st, 1989, Eric has a sudden change of heart.
After the murders, Eric seemed to have suffered the most in terms of hysteria, the sleeplessness, the other things that indicated he was very traumatized by killing his parents. I mean, boo-hoo.
Roughly 10 days after I spent this day talking with Eric Menendez about his family, Eric Menendez called Dr. Jerome Oziel and said that he needed to come talk to him about something.
Dr. Jerome Oziel, a therapist previously used by the Menendez family, is stunned by what Eric tells him.
Maybe it was just too big of a secret for Eric to keep, and he had to tell someone. So he went and told his therapist that, yes, I killed my parents. Lyle and I did it together.
I didn't think we'd ever actually go through with it. Dad was gonna cut off the inheritance. It was on this TV show.
What TV show?
The Billionaire Boys Club.
The Billionaire Boys Club is a 1987 film chronicling the true story of a murder set amidst a social club for sons of wealthy families.
So his therapist says to him, bring Lyle here. We need to talk to Lyle too.
And that was the beginning of the end.
You stupid idiot. Dad was right about you. You're weak. Right down to your core.
While I'm bound by doctor-patient confidentiality.
And you! If you say anything to anyone about this, I swear to God, you'll be next. Mom, shut up!
Lyle, I'm your therapist. I'm here to help you.
Chocula. Tangerine chocula. That's what this is right here.
Let's talk about our options here.
Lyle and Eric were seeing a therapist. I was also seeing that therapist.
Julian Smith is dating.
The plan was a little early, but I took some bottom ones, you know. I had to, you know what I mean? You know, I'm just that way. I had to get a piece of it all, but I had to check it out, you know what I mean? I had to get the best little bottom buzz, what the bottom buzz, I had to get the best one there was, you know, and try it out. Yeah, I'm about 3 weeks early right now. I got about 3 weeks. I thought I had 3 weeks last week, but I probably got about 3 weeks left on the chocolate.
To try to get the confession on audio tape in case it's ever needed.
Dr. Oziel told the brothers that perhaps they should record an audio tape.
God damn it, I hate when I do that.
Remorse, just in case they ever were arrested.
I hate to get my stick, my dabber dirty.
That he invited his girlfriend, Julian Smith, to sit in the waiting room
up the handle,
case,
you know.
Anything crazy took place or the brothers started making threats.
Because then you touch it and you fucking get that shit on
There
it.
and how I overheard parts of the conversation.
Once we started, nothing could stop us. We couldn't change the plan because it was formed perfectly. So we just went ahead and did it. That's it.
The Menendez brothers openly confess under what they assume is the protection of doctor-patient confidentiality, but they are unaware that someone else is listening.
I did overhear them say that they killed their parents. From the moment that I heard the confession, I wanted to go to the police. But I was scared. They killed their parents, so who am I to them? I mean, if you kill your parents, who won't you kill?
Dr. Oziel isn't the only person the Menendez brothers confessed to. 3 months after the murders, Eric's friend Craig tells authorities Eric admitted he killed his parents, just like in the screenplay the two wrote together. Officers ask Craig to wear a wire and attempt to get the confession again.
So tell me again how this all went down.
But this time, Eric denies it.
Just made it up, man. It didn't happen.
What does Eric say? I was joking. That wasn't how it happened.
We knew they had done it beyond a possible doubt, but we couldn't prove it.
Meanwhile, the boys' lavish spending continues.
They spent $1 million in months on anything that they wanted to buy. At that rate, they were going to go through the money in a year.
The investigation went on for a long time. It went on for probably a year.
I just got to that point where I felt like, you know, I'd rather be dead. I mean, it took me a long time to do the right thing, but ultimately, I did the right thing.
So Judelon Smith goes to the cops and blows the case wide open.
It's all on tape, right in Jerry's safe.
The Beverly Hills Police got a search warrant and seized the audio tapes. Jerry Oziel was freaked out when the police came back to his house with the audio tapes. He was jumping up and down and saying, "I'm in danger, my wife's in danger, Judelon Smith is in danger, you need to listen to these tapes right now." And so the Beverly Hills Police, they listened to the audio tapes and they heard the confession of Eric and Lyle Menendez to murdering their parents.
We knew that the brothers should kill their parents. It was time to arrest everyone.
Police! Menendez, you are under arrest. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you in a court of law.
Later that afternoon, Lyle Menendez was arrested coming out of his house with two friends from Princeton.
You're going to jail, buddy.
Meanwhile, Eric was at a tennis tournament in Israel when Lyle was arrested. And when he heard that Lyle had been arrested, it took him 3 days to come home to turn himself in.
The noose has finally tightened on Lyle and Eric Menendez. But what they will soon tell the world will add a twist that no one saw coming and turn the entire case upside down.
Molestation.
They come to Hollywood every day. They trust the wrong people.
She did all the things to try to make it.
And sometimes they end up dead.
Los Angeles is a big city. There's a lot of bad things that can happen to you.
Fame Kills. Series premiere Saturday, September 26th on Reels.
The milk in your coffee is good, natural, but could you say it's truly blissful? Then it's time for you to try Coffee Made Natural Bliss, which along with milk is made with smooth cream, a touch of sugar, and all natural flavors like vanilla or hazelnut. Only 4 natural ingredients that will transform your coffee experience from good to completely blissful. Bliss your cup with Coffee Made Natural Bliss. Nestle, good food, good life.
As the host of my own home improvement show, I know how difficult finding a home service pro can be. Now there's an easy way. HomeAdvisor.com. It's a free service that instantly connects you with top local service pros.
You simply just go onto their website, you enter your project, and up comes a list of people who can do the job.
They have reviews right there so that you can see what kind of work they've done in the past.
HomeAdvisor has background checks on everyone listed on the site.
Very, very easy to use. And it's free. Go to HomeAdvisor.com today.
130 yards now. Bill's got a very tough lie here. Looks like we have some sort of sea monster in the water hazard here. I believe that's a kraken, Bruce. Looks like he's going to go with the 9-iron. That may not be enough club. Well, he's definitely going to lose the stroke on this hole.
If you're a golf commentator, you whisper. It's what you do. If you want to save 15% or more on car insurance, you switch to Geico. It's what you do.
This golf course is electric.
Brought to you by PetSmart. Inspired by pets.
Chico doesn't know the name of his favorite brand. Vinny doesn't know that you tried 8 different flavors until you found exactly the one she loves. All they know is dinner time with you is the best time of the day. At PetSmart, we carry a wide selection of brands and flavors like Beneful, Beyond, and Purina One, so you can find your pet's favorite. And if you find a lower price anywhere else, we'll match it. Save up to $6 on select bags of your pet's favorite dog and cat food. Fill your pet with love. PetSmart.
Okay, what is this?
It's chewy.
Really icy.
Oh, it's intense. It's down.
No, totally a minute. It's disappearing as I'm chewing it. Where did it go? It's not a gum, not a mint. It's a totally new cool. New Icebreaker School Blasts.
Whatever happened to the family phone? The one that kept everyone connected. We made it better. Vonage, the home phone service for today, with more ways to stay connected than ever before. With Vonage, you can talk all you like for just $9.99 a month. And when you really need your family, a single call rings at home and on 2 smartphones, so someone's always there for you. You can also use our smartphone app to call the U.S. over Wi-Fi from anywhere in the world for free. And with a simple swipe, you can block unwanted callers for good, so you get to spend time with the people you care about instead of the people you don't. Switch today for our best offer yet. Unlimited nationwide calling for just $9.99 a month for a full year. That's a 60% savings. Plus, receive everything you need to get started free. That's a $119 value. Hurry before this offer ends. Vonage, the business of better.
Call 1-877-243-1665 or go to buybonage.com.
Before Allegra, Amy's allergies made her miss out on the fun. After Allegra, she's leading the way. Children's Allegra is non-drowsy medicine parents can trust. It gives kids effective, long-lasting relief from even their toughest symptoms. After Allegra, kids can stop suffering and start living.
The next TMZ Hollywood Sports. Donald Trump says Kareem Abdul-Jabbar is an unlikable numbskull. Plus, Conor McGregor says there's one Irish superstar he wouldn't mess with, and it's not Bono. TMZ Hollywood Sports, next on Reels.
Beverly Hills, California, March 8th, 1990. Lyle and Eric Menendez have just been arrested for violently slaying their wealthy parents after their confession is caught on tape.
When finally it came out that they were charging Eric and Lyle, it was an enormous story, just enormous. I mean, 2 rich boys who had everything.
The combination of Beverly Hills, murder, the movie business, a beauty queen wife, a show business father, executive. It was just too much for the media to turn away from. It became a firestorm of national coverage.
Everybody knew who they were. Everybody wanted interviews with them.
It's gotten to the point where some people will do just about anything to get into Judge Weisberg's courtroom to see and hear the Menendez boys.
I was really surprised that kind of the groupies that have been here for a while, you have to keep remembering that these aren't actors pretending to be the Menendez brothers. They're actually them. I think they're really cute. I think Menendez's brother are very nice looking.
For young kids like this, that was exciting. They were in Hollywood now. They were stars.
It is not long before Fox and CBS come out with their own made-for-TV movies about the Menendez brothers.
You can't let it go for a minute, can you?
No kidding. Eric and Lyle make their first courtroom appearance, but it is clear they are not taking their charges seriously.
These kids had never had any consequences for their actions, because whenever they did anything wrong, their dad was there to fix it. The irony of this whole thing is that the person who had gotten them out of all these scrapes was Jose, and they had shot him in his living room in the back of his head.
Although the brothers no longer have their father to bail them out, they do still have his money.
They immediately got representation, and the representation they got was incredible. They got Leslie Abramson.
Leslie Abramson was just a masterful attorney, and watching her in court was like watching great theater. And their lawyers were fighting like mad to keep this audio tape confession they made with their therapist out of evidence.
The defense claims admitting the tape violates doctor-patient confidentiality, and it takes 2 years for a judge to make a final ruling.
The stakes couldn't have been higher. If they used these tapes, the boys would be convicted. If they didn't use these tapes, there wasn't even enough evidence to try them.
And then suddenly, boom, the announcement is made.
You say anything to anyone about this, I swear to God, you'll be next.
Well, shut up! California Supreme Court ruled that once there was a threat, the therapist-patient privilege no longer applied.
When the audio tape confession of the brothers to Dr. Jerome O'Seal was admitted as evidence, the defense had to completely change their position.
It takes another year before the brothers finally have their day in court, and the defense team rebrands the image of the Menendez brothers as the Menendez boys. It was lining up to be the trial of the century.
Everybody got ready for the trial, and a lot of famous reporters came for it.
People crowded around the door trying to get a front row seat to see Lyle and Eric Menendez.
By the time this jury was able to see the boys, things had been pretty well orchestrated on their behavior, on their appearance. She had them wear crew neck sweaters and Ivy League shirts, and she was always hugging them and touching them so that you knew that they weren't these horrible people that no one would want to go near.
They're in their mid-20s, but somehow Leslie Abramson has turned everybody into thinking that these are 2 kids.
It wasn't like going into a trial where you were trying to find out if somebody had really committed a crime. It was known from the very beginning, of course, that the boys had killed their parents. And it just became a question of why.
Nobody knew what their defense could possibly be. So Leslie did her opening statement, and it was a bombshell. Absolute bombshell.
What Leslie Abramson presents sends shockwaves through America.
She said that these boys had been sexually and mentally abused by their father.
You heard about some of the things that he liked to do to his little boy. And one of them was to sit tacks like this in his thighs and in his butt.
With the help of their lawyer, Leslie Abramson, they turned themselves from being these spoiled rich kids into victims.
And the defense was dubbed the abuse excuse.
How do you say somebody wasn't abused? It's hard to do.
My dad had been molested me.
And did you want something from your brother? Is that why you told him?
It's just, I wanted to stop him.
Were you seeking help from your brother?
Yes. He would guide me, all my movements, and I would have oral sex with him. He'd rape me.
When Lyle testified and he cried a great deal, the courtroom was just, you could have heard a pin drop. Everybody was holding their breath. It was so appalling.
Just told him, I don't. I just told him that I didn't want to do this. And that it hurt me. And he said that he didn't mean to hurt me. He loved me.
The testimony of Eric and Lyle Menendez in the first trial was some of the most dramatic moments I've ever seen in a courtroom.
It was kind of America's little dark secret, was that sexual abuse went on in families. And not only lower class families, but the rich and famous.
When they testified to it, it was compelling because most people don't listen to that kind of stuff every day.
Eric and Lyle Menendez testified that they had been sexually molested by their parents. They testified that their mother knew what was going on. There are typically no witnesses to sexual molestation in a family, but there were hundreds of witnesses that saw emotional and physical abuse of the brothers.
But District Attorney Pamela Bozanich is quick to point out the obvious holes in their story.
I can tell you right now that I'm 100% sure that they fabricated the defense. I'm not 90% sure, I'm 100% sure. I contacted the jail, I said, I want to know how many hours a day the Menendez brothers are spending with their lawyers. And I was told it was like 4 to 5 hours a day. I would think anybody, even a bad actor, would be able to do that, especially if your acting is to save your life.
So the actual legal defense, which people are confused about, was that the brothers claimed that they were in fear for their lives, that their parents were going to kill them.
The brothers claim they were marked for death for threatening to expose their parents' abuse.
I thought we were in danger. I thought he felt he had no choice.
But to what?
That he would kill us.
Mom and Dad were sitting in the den watching television, eating ice cream with blueberries at the time of their demise. They were not threatening anybody.
The Menendez brothers hold the courtroom in shock as they reveal the heinous details of their slaughter.
I ran around, shot my mom.
Next Wednesday,
They were idolized by football fans everywhere.
We got homes only into them all and amusement.
But their legacies were tarnished forever.
He had a really dark, horrific side.
With their violent behavior, them front and center.
He said, I have had dreams, Kilmer. In my mind, I looked, man, you did it.
NFL Bad Boys. Next Wednesday starts at 10 Eastern, 7 Pacific. On Leos.
At Golden Corral, you can have breakfast for lunch and dinner 7 days a week, all part of our endless lunch and dinner buffet. And don't forget, you can have breakfast for breakfast too, every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday morning. Made-to-order omelets, fluffy buttermilk pancakes, and more. Golden Corral, the best buffet in the USA.
Before I had the shooting, burning, pins and needles of diabetic nerve pain, these feet served my country.
Ah, what's up, man? What's up, buddy?
My diabetic nerve pain any longer, so I talked to my doctor, and he prescribed Lyrica.
What's up, my brother?
Damage from diabetes causes diabetic nerve pain. Lyrica is FDA approved to treat this pain. Lyrica may cause serious allergic reactions.
I got my fuck you shirt on.
Behavior or swelling, trouble breathing, rash, hives, blisters, muscle pain with fever,
Push it away here.
common side effects are dizziness, sleepiness, weight gain, and swelling of hands, legs, and feet. Don't drink alcohol while taking Lyrica. Don't drive or use machinery until you know how Lyrica affects you. Those who have had a drug
See, all I got.
may be more likely to misuse Lyrica.
Now I have less diabetic nerve pain, and my biggest reason to walk calls me Grandpa.
This is the whole fucking. My pressure gauge right there. And this right here. That's where I'll suck my shit. Or I'll contract. And this right here, this pump that pumps my air in and out. See that little piston coming up and down? This gear right here that makes this piston go up and down. This gear's got a shaved edge on it. So once it gets to a
experimental robot that behaves just like a real woman.
see, watch.
She flirts with his emotions. This droid turns out to be charming and friendly, like me.
Right there, see it? Just stopped right there. Oh, didn't show. I'm sorry.
And catch me.
Watch.
Saturdays on Reels.
See how the pump's moving?
What's the main
Okay.
challenge in your intimate
Watch.
life?
Time is the key.
With kids.
Pump moving.
Crossing like this. Keeping
See how
things
pump
interesting.
stop right there? It's sitting on a shaved piece on the gear. There's a shaved piece on the gear right there, which fucking completely fucked this whole system up. That gear right there. You got this one pin holding that gear in there. This gear here, I'm gonna have to just try to find one. I don't fuck. You can find that gear to go in there. I doubt that. But well, this is my whole system right here. I'm fucked without it. This is what makes my shit work. Fuck, man. So either I get a new gear for this piston right here, or I fucking go buy a new fucking pump. But see, this has got my whole setup on my. This is set the way I want it. You know, I mean, I got it all set where my temperature where I want it, where how much pressure I want in the tank. You know. Now I have to readjust. I have to redo everything if I change this out. So I'm gonna do what I can. I'm gonna take it down to a guy and see if he can fucking replace that gear in there.
There's looters running wild out there.
Cross my fingers so I can have it back working tomorrow, next day. I want it back on, you know. That's what I got out of that one tube. And this right here is where I'm gonna go mess around with right here after I put this away. Just stay right there. Hey, stay right there. I'm gonna put this away.
But will a jury be convinced that this is all self-defense?
I was giving him ammunition, and we were just loading as fast as possible. There was light coming in from the hallway, on the TV. We just burst through the doors, and I started firing. We're firing directly at him.
No one in the room after they shot him. They just fired until there was nothing left.
Hey, can I show you my puzzle I'm gonna start doing right now? I'm gonna start doing right now, but this is the puzzle I'm doing next. I'll put a table right here in the middle of my room right here, and then I'll start putting it together. But look at this, is gonna be a good one.
Is still alive.
Huh? A bad one or what? This is gonna be a hard one. But check it out. It's fucking bad. It's a 3D one. It's fucking totally cool. Tell me, is that gonna be a hard one to put together or what? Yeah. I got all kinds of puzzles and games, because that's what I do. Oh, right there. It's a Coca-Cola one.
Your children, the people you gave birth to, are murdering you?
Wow, look, that's a bad one too.
District Attorney Pamela Bazanich goes on the attack.
Yeah, you characterize it that way.
I remember them talking about they picked up all the shell casings. Why did you pick up the shell casings? For fingerprints. Well, heck, obviously you premeditated it.
America was torn, whether they believed Lyle and Eric or not. And as it turns out, the jury was torn as well.
Once you tell the story, and it winds up being a horror story, you have a better chance of getting an acquittal.
Something that these boys said must have convinced some of the jurors, because there were 2 hung juries at the end of the trial, and a mistrial was called.
This is our last report to you. We have been unable to move closer to agreement on any of the counts.
Judge Weisberg was embarrassed by the lack of verdicts in the first Menendez trial. The public was outraged. People were screaming on talk radio, how could these jurors not convict the brothers? The brothers admitted that they killed their parents. How could they not convict them?
So they go to trial again, and all the distractions have been removed. There's no cameras in the courtroom. There's no big media press.
In the second trial, Judge Weisberg changed a lot of major evidence rulings and did not allow the family history to come in during the guilt phase of the trial.
In the second trial, Lyle did not testify. Okay? Well, how do you put up your abuse excuse if you can't testify?
It was not nearly as colorful. It was not nearly as much of a soap opera. It was much drier. It wasn't nearly as exciting as Menendez one.
The jury in the second trial was given first-degree murder or not guilty. Well, they said they did it. Okay? So it's first-degree murder.
Without those distractions, the jury is able to convict them quickly, both of them, of murder.
On July 2nd, 1996, Lyle and Eric Menendez are each sentenced to 2 consecutive life terms, with no possibility of parole.
And so it had the right ending.
The brothers are classified as maximum security inmates and are sent to different prisons.
Eric and Lyle had never had problems getting girls before, and being in jail wasn't enough to keep them away from the ladies.
I like to visit them in prison.
You're kidding.
Yeah.
They got hundreds and hundreds of letters from women who were interested in starting up relationships. They even both got married while they were in prison.
On July 2nd, 1996, Lyle Menendez marries prison pen pal and former model, Anna Erickson.
Lyle was married shortly after the first trial, and that marriage didn't last too long. He's now married again.
Eric marries in June of 1999.
Ultimately, all of the assets went to the lawyers. So, if they wanted their freedom and they wanted money, they didn't get either.
How does this happen in a section of society that we all envy? We would all like to be the Menendez family, living in a fine home and, having all the money in the world to do what we wanted. This cuts into the underside of that life, and so everybody was interested, and it was socially significant.
I feel like I did the right thing, and who knows whose life was saved. They were both old enough that they could have left home. But they chose not to. They chose murder.
Welcome to TMZ Hollywood Sports. Evan here with Van and Babcock. What's up, Tom Brady gets a personal congratulatory note from Donald Trump. Waiting to hear what he said to that. But on the other hand, trashed by Snoop Dogg. Very exasperated. Wait to see the video. Plus, Conor McGregor, UFC superstar, says he is afraid of Liam Neeson. What? I know, right? You wouldn't think this guy's the baddest dude on earth right now. Wait to hear why he's afraid of Liam Neeson. Plus, RG3 is breaking his silence on Will Smith. So he's talking again. He's doing exactly what Warren Moon asked him not to do. We'll get to that in a minute. Let's start with Tom Brady. Of course, the Deflategate punishment suspension has been overturned. It's over. No more. Free Tom Brady. He's free. This is the biggest news in football right now. Yeah. Suspension completely overturned by a judge. Tom Brady will start the season and play those first 4 games. Yes, but how does Snoop Dogg feel about it? Snoop Dogg is a huge Pittsburgh Steelers fan. He's a huge NFL fan. And as soon as the judge threw out the suspension, Snoop made a video. He's very upset. Take a look.
Yeah, the NFL overturned Brady. I can't do nothing but smoke. He must go overturn all the homies that got weed cases in the league too. If y'all want to do that, keep it real.
Yeah, he's talking about Le'Veon Bell, the Pittsburgh Steelers starting running back, who was missing the first 2 games because he was suspended by Roger Goodell. But that suspension came in the wake of a marijuana arrest, and that's why he was suspended. So it's a little off here in a couple of ways. Number one, the NFL didn't overturn Tom Brady's suspension. Right, the NFL was fighting as hard as possible to keep the suspension. A judge did, right? So Snoop is a little bit off with that, but his point still, to me, rings true, at least emotionally.
Yeah, I think what a lot of people feel like Tom Brady cheated on the field in a
he actually broke the rules of the game and gained a competitive advantage. One person who doesn't think that that's true is Donald Trump. Donald Trump, who says that Tom Brady is his very good friend, and he took a moment for his presidential campaign to write a little note to Tom. He said, "Congratulations to Tom Brady on yet another great victory. Tom is my friend and a total winner."
This is big for Tom to have the future president.
Wait a minute, future president is hell. It gets better because Robert Kraft also joined in on the Tom Brady celebratory slurping, and he wrote a message, quote, "Tom Brady is a classy person of the highest integrity. He represents everything that is great about this game and this league." God, get a room. Yeah, that's true. So here's a question. If you're Brady and Kraft, does the Donald Trump thing, are you cool with that? I know Trump and Kraft have been friends for a long time, but that's a very polarizing guy right now. And there's some talk that Brady might not be totally out of the woods with this entire thing. The NFL might come back. I bet Trump touts this as a victory for Trump, because Trump backed him the whole time and said he was innocent and said he was not going to get punished, and in the end, Trump was right.
You roll with Trump, you never lose.
He's making America great. Except the 4 times that he filed for bankruptcy. Conor McGregor is arguably the biggest star in the UFC, like him and Ronda Rousey, right? Yeah, 1 and 1A. Yeah, he's tough. You've seen him fight. He's dangerous. He's violent. And he's also a loudmouth and outspoken, which people really love from their fighters. Yes, but he apparently is afraid of one person in Ireland. There's one person in Ireland he fears. And it's not a UFC fighter. It's not even about a guy in any kind of a combat sport. It's leagues. That's what you say is not the combat. I saw Tekken. It looked like a combat sport to me. We'll get into that in a second, but look, here's the thing. We saw Conor in LA yesterday. He trains out here, he hangs out here. Before we even got into that, we saw this giant watch on his wrist full of gold and diamonds, and we had to ask him about it. Take a look.
That's what you want. That is crazy.
Oh, man.
Yes, it is. What is that worth?
It's worth about $200,000.
Something money. Yeah, it's the only one in America. That's awesome, man.
It's an Audemars Piguet Royal Oak watch, $200,000.
It's a small house on your wrist.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome. I mean, normally you'd say that's stupid to wear on the wrist, but who's going to take it from him? No one. Not one person.
Well, maybe one person.
Except maybe Liam Neeson. So here's how we got to Liam, right? So we're asking me, look, you've blown up, you're a huge star in Ireland right now. Do you think that you are bigger in Ireland than, I don't know, Bono? Bono's probably the biggest Irish star of all time, right?
Yeah, man. Yeah.
What do you say to react to that question? Take a look.
In Ireland, are you bigger than Bono right now?
Bigger than Bono?
No, Bono's pretty big.
I don't know.
I would have thought you were just about...
I'm probably up there. I don't know. I'm younger. Maybe it's a different generation.
location that maybe Bono was at, so maybe.
What about Liam Neeson? You bigger than him?
Don't ever Liam Neeson, man. Come get you and your family. Whoa.
Yeah, he might have a point.
It's hard for me to believe this. Liam Neeson is an old man, and this is a movie.
Yeah, now here's the question though, realistically, okay?
Yeah.
Conor McGregor's walking down the street in Dublin, okay? Walking down the street in Dublin, and all of a sudden Bono walks down the street in Dublin. Okay, Bono. Who do people crowd first now? Do they crowd Conor or do they crowd Bono?
It's gotta be Bono still, bro. I love Conor, and Conor's still at the beginning of the trajectory.
Yeah, but Bono hasn't made a good song in a decade.
I know, but Bono is on everybody's iPhones. He's punking us all. He's been around for years.
It's older people. He's on people's flip phones. It would be the older people would go to Bono, and the young people, the demo that we care about, would go to Conor.
Here's one thing we can all agree on. All the ladies flock to Liam Neeson who's around the corner.
That's true.
Alright, he's already attacked Rosie O'Donnell, he's gone up to Megyn Kelly and the entire country of Mexico. Now Donald Trump has his sights on Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
An American treasure, someone who's been doing his thing for years and years. And
yeah, he does not like Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Not, just being a basketball legend, writes, stuff for the Washington Post. And he wrote an editorial about why he thinks Trump is not exactly the best candidate to be president of the United States.
Long-lasting relief from even their toughest.
All right, we're back on now, Dog Biscuit. All right, my brother. Boy, what a fucking chore that's been for me, man. My house is a mess now from a disaster of everything I've been doing, trying to get my shit together. You know how you make my house is fucking clean, okay? My house is fucking clean. And now when I do shit like this, I just make a disaster of everything, you know? So right now, my house is a fucking disaster. Damn it. Man, I'm glad I didn't lose that. That was a good one. Hey, don't you think this is the coolest fucking pot? Another pour on either side of it. Don't you think this is the coolest fucking pot? This is my blown pot. I love this fucking pot, to tell you the truth. I like this pot. It's cool, huh? I like how I can pour on each end. It's got a dip on both sides of it. Pretty cool, huh? My tools and my trade. I use that one. When I'll do a bubble wax. I'll use that.
I've known Terrell for about 3 years. We just realized that we are just the best of friends, and dating comes and goes.
Okay, so
yeah, we're gonna be making all kinds of good shit. It's gonna be so great.
Yeah, she's a good looking chick. But anyway, somebody who saw this and was not very happy about it is Terrell's actual.
I'm real curious to see what this. I gotta turn this motherfucker down.
2014, that they got married in January, but they split up after 3 days, and he filed for divorce on February 14, 2014. But they never got the divorce never got finalized. They're still technically married, but this is strange. So when Rachel saw Terrell on the show,
okay, now that I got everything behind me, now I just gotta clean up some stuff. I gotta rebuild my perjure, and no big deal. But I mean, there's things I gotta do now. I got a little bit of time still to get everything ready. I still gotta hang my shit for my hanging. I gotta get my perjure fixed, but I'll fix that. And right now, I'm just gonna concentrate on just getting shot out. Okay, usually it's been going like the third one. So let's see what happens. Is that right? Third and fourth. Fourth I'm fucking done. Third you can tell I'm shot, right? Yeah, I started getting confused at third. Fourth one, I'm really confused. But I know the third one I'm getting confused because I think I even fall out right after the third one. That ripped me off for 3 cans, man. Pissing me off. Motherfuckers. Send me a case and I don't even check and see if the case is full. I should check. I'm a dumbass too. Well, that's alright. I'll just go out and pick up. I'm gonna make them pay for one extra month. Hear that weird sound? What the fuck is that? That just started. That's how I'm getting a fucking tick. Fucking tick. It's fucked up if you had a tick like that, huh? or a tick like this. Oh man. Oh man. Oh man. I keep throwing my dab off my dabber. Oh man. Oh man. Oh, I got it now. I got it now. Oh man. Oh man. How about this one? Oh man. You be a fuck dabber like that. You be a fuck dabber. You be the funniest dabber in the neighborhood, though. Come on, let's go watch Marty dab. I gotta stop. Come on, let's go watch Marty dab. I'm just thinking about how funny it would look, you know. Fucking tick, motherfucker. A motherfucking dabber that's got Tret, you know. Bah! Shit! Bah! Fucking dabber with Tret. Fuck! Fucking dabber with Tret. Shorts on the highway. Oh my god. Ah, shit. Cocksucker. That fucking that Deuce Bigelow, you know, that motherfucker, that Deuce Bigelow, that, you know, that girl that had the Tret, you know, when they were in the car and all that, when they were next to those old couple in the car, the old couple in the car there, fuck, that was funny shit ever. Oh god, that was so funny. Oh god, ooh, this much. I'm very surprised that it's stable as it is when it hasn't been anywhere to be stable, you know. Really, you know, it shouldn't be coming up that easy, but it is for some reason now. Maybe it's going to start giving me a problem here in a minute. I think that's where I really think that's where dabbing came from. The name dabbing is from exactly what you see me doing right there. I mean, that's where the dabbing came from. I think this whole thing right here, what I'm doing right here, I think that's where the original dabbing comes from. I will bet money this is where dabbing comes from.